Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to. Ooh, I have an itchy nose. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines. Oh, Michal, you are staying at that place with the beautiful swimming pool. Why are we not talking to one another? Welcome back to Puerto Vallarta. Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, our morning get together live here on Facebook, where we take a look at headlines from our city, from our state, from our country that have to do with what it's like to live here. And today is one day in which this is very specifically the case. You know, when I go on vacation somewhere, I couldn't care less or I couldn't care much about how a city is run or who are the people in place responsible for making sure that I have a good time while I'm on vacation. But today, the news that we have today are a clear indication of why we are so feisty sometimes about defending this place as a place for English-speaking locals. Why? Because most of our news items have to do with how the city is run today. So today is not going to be particularly interesting for those of you who are elsewhere. And it'll be, I hope, very interesting for those of you that are here that want to know who the movers and shakers are involved in making sure that our city runs the way it's supposed to. So other than that, it'll be a nice, fun day that we will share today. Christine says that itchy nose means I will kiss a fool. Honey, it's been such a long time since I've kissed anything that just the simple fact that I will be kissing someone or something is probably a good thing, but I don't know. As always, please share your, oh my God, Den, I am so distracted, but then you're coming back in one more day. So you know where we're going to have lunch when you arrive. I'm dying to see you and Kathy. So let me see. Why am I so distracted with your comments? Because your comments are good. Do you have any official update on Dia de los Muertos parade? No, I don't. There's no Day of the Dead parade. I continue to be amazed at how this news sort of materialized somewhere else, but nobody has produced any kind of formal evidence to that fact. So no, I don't. Anyhow, this is me getting distracted with your comments. I will not do it anymore. And I will wait patiently until the end of the broadcast, and then we will look at all your comments and questions as we always do. Between now and then, please let us know that you are new by writing the word new in your comment, and that way we will give you a nice little welcome. And if you have anything specific to ask, like Dana did, she added a nice little cue at the beginning of her comment, so that it gives me an indication that that was meant for me to read. So let's dive into the news. How about this? Isn't this an awesome sight? take a look at the latest update of the national COVID-19 indicator. Yay! Most of the states are in the green, including Jalisco, and it is safe to assume that Jalisco's health board will meet this coming week to discuss possible changes to the current restrictions in effect in our state. But be mindful of the fact that green does not mean it's time to party. No pun intended. Green, as defined by the stoplight, means that we have no restrictions in terms of being out and about. Things are being the economic activity happens as usual, but the use of face masks is continued to be required or recommended in enclosed places, and it is obligatory in public transportation. So this is a good victory, but it's not like it's time to just go out and get totally crazy. Please be mindful of this. We are still in the middle of a pandemic. More good news. The Federal Secretary of Health had a goal to have 75% of adults in Mexico vaccinated by the end of this month. And the goal was accomplished, according to Subsecretary Hugo Lopez-Gatell. At present time, actually, 81% of Mexicans 18 years of age or older have a complete vaccination scheme, according to him. And that would be none other than 60,130,077 people. So that is good. That is good. I pat our country on the back, I suppose, because we're getting there. Good job. Let's see what else we have. Yes. Now we talk about security. This is important. Ever since Enrique Alfaro took office as governor of Jalisco, one of his Achilles' heels has been the issue of security. People in our state disappear, men and women, people get killed. There's crime. And given the fact that the fall tourism season is coming, the three levels of government, federal, state, and municipal, are working together to increase security personnel in Puerto Vallarta, driving vehicles, walking or riding bicycles or motorcycles. This started yesterday, and this will be happening indefinitely. We don't know if they're going to be less police force in the future, but if you see an increasing number of policemen out there moving forward, it is not because something terrible has happened. It is because our authorities are doing their job. And this is also a very good thing. And speaking of doing their job, meet Jose Luis Pelayo. Jose Luis Pelayo is a very nice gentleman who now oversees the Permits and Licenses Department at City Hall, otherwise known as Reglamentos. Remember we told you yesterday, see, I always get smirky when all this political shit goes on. Remember we told you yesterday about the patron saint party that went on in Colonia, Buenos Aires, despite the fact that all outdoor patron saint parties were canceled? Well, this very nice gentleman was the one who received the request to have the party. He received the request in writing, as one should and as one does. This request was stamped as received by the city, but not as approved. Pelayo washed his hands, saying, well, this looks good, but if you have the celebration, it will be under your own responsibility. That sounds sneaky, doesn't it? It's kind of like I could submit a plan to rob a bank and the city would stamp it as received, and the city would then say, well, it looks like you have it all figured out, so if you're going to go and rob a bank, it will be your own responsibility. I wonder if this is how they go about authorizing real estate developments where they shouldn't be authorized. Now, why am I harping about this? Well, here's the really funny part. Local reporters did not waste any precious time and went to Mayor Michel to see if he had any comments about the party that his government had authorized. And our new mayor, God bless him, he said he didn't even know the party was taking place, much less who authorized it. In fact, when he first contacted the aforementioned permits and licenses director, the very nice licensing director, first said, well, I have no idea how this happened. So I'm fascinated by these incidents because Mayor Michel's response to these types of situations will send clear signals as to whether this administration will continue to run our city with this wishy-washy attitude, or if the law will be implemented as it should. The fact of the matter is that parties should not have taken place, and probably that very nice director of reglamentos should not have said, well, it's up to you if you run it. I mean, if the law says we shouldn't have outdoor parties, why the fuck are they having them? But don't get me started. We have spoken about former Mayor Arturo Dávalos and how Governor Alfaro had made campaign promises for him. He would have liked to become a state deputy, but people did not vote for him. So, as was predicted, Governor Alfaro has named Arturo Dávalos the new director of beach tourism for the state. The position is based in Guadalajara. Meanwhile, former interim mayor Jorge Quintero, remember him? He's the kind of round guy with the slightly pink cheeks. He will become the Puerto Vallarta-based beach tourism coordinator. So do we know how they will perform in these new positions given whatever previous beach tourism experience they may have? We actually don't. They were both voted out when their political party lost. They are campaign promises, and as such, we will simply have to wait and see what they do and how they do it. What else? Yes, meanwhile, Puerto Vallarta Mayor Luis Michel has been feeling the legal heat from his decision to delay naming his cabinet. We remember that once he started in office, he said, well, I'm not going to name my cabinet yet because they're going to be under trial. And they don't even know who they are, and they don't know that they're going to be under trial. But this has legal implications because he has had office managers running the show. And there's no problem with having an office manager. There are fabulous office managers out there in charge. But then major projects are proposed, and they are authorized, and they are executed. And it is then that somebody has to sign over the dotted line. And that is where there are legal problems with just having an office manager in charge of business and not a person that is an official cabinet member that can carry the responsibility of such signature. So the mayor has gotten the message, and we can expect more names to be revealed in the coming weeks as to who his cabinet will be, because, it is time to run not the country, it's time to run the city. And running the city means taking important decisions and signing on the dotted line. How's that for non-touristy news for you? Now let's turn over to our touristy weather just to see what we can expect. I didn't used to get so excited about politic-related news, but now I'm fascinated to be following our city. It is like a great book to read. Anyhow, 27 degrees, feels like 30, humidity's at 83%. Our temperature in Fahrenheit is 81 degrees. Did you know that most cats don't actually hate Mondays? I know that because I live with one, and she doesn't hate a single day. She's a very, very happy person. Cat person. Our weather forecast for the rest of the weekend today is going to be a humid day with a high temperature of 31, low temperature of 22. Tomorrow, Sunday, it'll be humid through the day as well with a high temperature of 31, low temperature of 22. We seem to be stuck. And then Monday, humid again with a high temperature of 30, low temperature of 20. Where is our weather change, snarky weather? It's supposed to stop being humid. I have 3 more items to share with you before we get into chit-chat mode. And the first one is the fact that the city has announced once again that Vienna Street will be closed for 5 days due to work being performed by Seapal. This will happen along Vienna between the streets of Francia and Niza. Here is the little map. And I say that this is announced once again because there is no indication that the city actually did the work last time they announced it. And I say that because I walk down that intersection on a regular basis and I didn't see it happening. But I have to head in that general direction between today and Monday, so I will keep an eye for this to see if it's actually happening. Meanwhile, if you will be driving in that general vicinity, just be mindful of this and try to find an alternate route just in case. I don't fish, but maybe you do. And if you do, you may want to know that the International Marlin and Sailfish Tournament is coming back November 10 to 13. This will be the 65th time this annual tournament takes place in our bay. Organizers are expecting as many as 30 different participating vessels. More information about the event is available in the article, which of course will be available as part of the show notes. And last but not least, it is irresistible to comment on the nice workers of the local Diff office. As you know, Diff stands for Integral Family Development, and there are Diff offices all over Mexico, and they are responsible for the well-being of family members of any age through a series of social programs. Well, the contract that they signed, the workers, says that their office hours are supposed to be from 8 to 4. But somehow, through time, they've become accustomed to working from 9:30 and leaving at 4:30, which means they're working a 7-hour shift instead of an 8-hour shift. Well, the new administration is here, and when all these workers were reminded of the hours they're supposed to be working, which would add up one extra hour each day, which they should have been working all along, they ruffled their feathers and threatened to go on strike. Ha ha! I say out with the lazy. And I am glad to see that in other areas, the new government is shaking things down so that our city runs more efficiently. And with that news item, I am done with our news, and I am ready to take a look at your comments and suggestions just to see what you're thinking about. Let us take a quick look. Oh, Raymond cuts to the chase by saying it's a sassy Saturday in Conchas Chinas. I love it. Let's see what else we have. Itchy nose means you will be kissing a fool. Well, my nose has been itchy all morning. I've been sneezing, and I don't think it's the cold. It's a cold. I think it's just the change of weather. Let's see what else we have. Malecón is growing with Katrina displaced and so colorful. Thank you very much for the notice, Dale. I also read somewhere in the news that there are going to be some altars in City Hall. There is some stuff going on out there. I saw there will be a churro ride on November 2nd. A churro ride. I won't comment on that because I was going to say something dirty. Never mind. This business of riding churros sounds really appetizing to me, and I am blushing. Jesus. Jenny says, we went to Art Vallarta last night. Great evening. I am sure it was. I didn't get a chance to go. I decided... Very busy week for me. I am staying put through the weekend. Kevin is new. Kevin Feltner. What a great last name. Kevin, welcome to Coffee and Headlines. I hope you're enjoying the broadcast. I hope you have a beverage of choice nearby. And if you have any important questions, please feel free to share them our way. Marie says, Tricia Lyman posted yesterday that the parade is on. So what? Marie, Tricia is not a news outlet. Tricia is not the government. Tricia is a very dear friend of mine, but she is not above the law, just like I am not above the law. If you have a source of information that is a credible news source, kindly share it. Otherwise, as far as I'm concerned, there's nothing going on, and I'd rather say less than say more because credibility is very important here at Coffee and Headlines. Okay, parade details from a Facebook website. Again, It's not official. Thank you for sharing, but it's not official, Mushi. If you have a news outlet, please share it with us. Or if you want to go and stand around, be my guest. Why do I care? Um, let's see what else. Let's see what else. Question: do you know what caused severe traffic jam going north yesterday from airport to state line? I was in it for 2 hours. Yes, I know that it has to do with security issues. You see, there was a gun incident at a state attorney's office, and 2 officers were killed. This happened a couple of days ago. There's a fugitive out on the run, and that is why we have been having all this security. Let's see. Roland says, my 10-year-old just laughed at the why the fuck are we having parties? I'm sorry, Roland. We have a potty mouth here, and if your 10-year-old is listening to this broadcast pretty soon, he will be, or she will be, rather adept at some of them. So, no, don't hold it against me. If I use the word fuck, I will use it extensively as often as I can. Let's see what else. Dun, dun, dun. Question: I sent you a message for some events of the Day of the Dead. Yes, Dale, you have this lovely habit of sending me messages on my personal Facebook page while I'm broadcasting, and I can't read them, because I can't be two places at the same time. I thank the messages, but know that if I am in the middle of the broadcast, there is no possible way I could stop addressing the needs of 121 people to address your needs. 123 people. Thank you for watching. Let's see what else we have. Facebook is giving us weird titles in Spanish and other languages. Yes, Facebook is rewarding you for being viewers. That's why you're getting labels of, I forget what the labels are, but these are labels that happen automatically. They are bestowed. They're granted. They're given by Facebook just because you're good people and you watch. Kate asks, any word on the escaped prisoner as of this morning? No word that I have read. Let's see what else. Kathy here. Paco, are potlucks where everyone bring food to one person's place common in Mexico the way they are here in the United States? Absolutely. Potlucks are very, very popular. And we actually have a great phrase for them. And let me type it because it requires a little bit of an explanation. Let's see. Fiesta de traje. And let me add. Hold on. Fiesta de traje is what we call a potluck. Fiesta de traje, because the word traje means a suit. So the wordplay is, are we having a party in which we are supposed to bring a suit? No. We say fiesta de traje because traje is a conjugation of the verb traer, which means to bring. So when you're having a fiesta de traje, it is a party in which you're supposed to bring something. And that is what we call potlucks in Spanish. They are very popular. They're very popular given the economics of having to throw a party. So absolutely have as many fiestas de traje as you care to have. Paco, donde? Oh, piece of cake. Where is he? He's right here. Exactly. What the fuck? That's what I say. Has the gunman been caught? Okay, maybe it's time for a poll. No, I cannot do a poll today because I'm not configured to do polls today. But you guys seem to be really concerned about these fugitives. If you want more bullet type, National Enquirer type news in coffee and headlines, if you want to know about the crimes being committed, if you want this to be that kind of broadcast, just write bullet in your comments. I generally uh, don't include those kinds of news because they don't affect our daily lives. But I could be wrong. You guys seem to be really curious about crime. If you want Coffee and Headlines to be more of a crime slanted broadcast in the future, just say so. Otherwise, I personally am not much concerned about it because I feel rather safe as things stand right now. Let's see, what else do we have? Thank you. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you. Kathy is on my side. Thank you, Lana, for that. Thank you very much. Let's see what. Oh my God, my nose is so itchy today, and I don't do cocaine. Okay, you don't need to know that either. Please, no bullet stuff. There you go. Thank you. No crimes, just good times. Thank you. We will keep our news content to the good stuff. We will continue to inform on important stuff. No bullets. No bullets. There you go. So, for those of you that are just so morbidly curious about gunmen and people in the run, you will continue to find your information elsewhere. And Marie, again, I know that information came from Joey and Isaac, and Joey and Isaac are my dear friends too, but they are not an official source either. So what can I tell you? You guys must be really itching for a parade, and I hear you, but we are very itchy about keeping our news sources credible. So I don't mean to sound like an asshole in that regard, but we will continue to disregard things that we heard on Facebook, things that somebody told me, things that I heard from a friend, things that I read on television, I watched on television, and so forth and so on. So that was Coffee and Headlines for today. I hope you guys had a good time. I hope you guys found something fun, amusing, or what the fucky in today's broadcast. If so, you know what we'd like you to do. If not, what can I say? Continue being part of the silent majority that benefits from everything that we do, and that's okay too. Have a great weekend. Tomorrow is our day off. I will see you Monday, hopefully with more interesting, fun, exciting, inspiring, and amusing content as we strive to share. Have a great Sunday.